What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update, and big news coming out all around over the last 24 hours as we have negotiations still going on between the two $900 billion stimulus packages that they aim to pass by next week, as they have extended the government shutdown for 1 week. So the government will shut down on December 18th. They're negotiating on the two stimulus bills that are both around $900 billion. One of them has $300 per week unemployment extension. The other one has a $600 stimulus check and a $600 stimulus check for children. But the outcry and the new stimulus bill from Senator Josh Hawley for standalone stimulus checks, literally a bill with just $1,200 in it. And now he has teamed up with, again, Senator Josh Hawley is a Republican, a Senate Republican, which is kind of shocking that he would come out and say that he wants to pass this $1,200 standalone bill, and that he'll go around Mitch McConnell and introduce it in the Senate with a up or down vote if he needs to, basically going around Mitch McConnell if needed. He has now teamed up with Bernie Sanders from the Democrats, who are both demanding $1,200 stimulus checks. And they have an amendment now for $1,200 stimulus checks. I'm going to give you all the details of it in this video. Don't forget to like this video if you haven't yet down below, and subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. It's completely free to do so. My wife and I do all the research for you every single day, so you don't have to, and we bring you the most important information. In this video, we're going to hear from Senator Josh Hawley and Bernie Sanders on this new bill and this new amendment that are both for $1,200 stimulus checks. So make sure to watch all the way to the end, because this is breaking news that is taking the country by storm with this new $1,200 stimulus check bill. So we have two different things here from Senator Josh Hawley. One is the bill, it's a standalone bill from Senator Josh Hawley for $1,200 stimulus checks, literally nothing else in this bill, $500 checks for dependents. Basically, he says using the same stipulations of the first stimulus check. There might be some tweaks in there, but that is the initial consensus from him, is that they will be the same qualifications from the first stimulus check. There might be some changes that more dependents might qualify for this, or people with child support might qualify for this. If you owe child support, you might get the check this time, but we do not know the details on that yet. Also, Josh Hawley has teamed up with Bernie Sanders, Senator Bernie Sanders, to form a team together to get support from both sides, and have introduced an amendment bill to attach onto one of the $900 billion bills that will include a $1,200 stimulus check and a $500 check to children. It's interesting to see these two unlikely people form together to form a team. Bernie Sanders, obviously a far left Democrat, and Josh Hawley, who considers himself a conservative Republican, kind of more towards the middle. Seems like a very stand-up guy trying to pass these stimulus checks for the people. Josh Hawley has also urged President Donald Trump to veto any stimulus package that does not have a $1,200 or more stimulus check in there. Josh says that he has spoken directly with President Donald Trump multiple times. I'm going to give you his new information that he just said on the Senate floor with Bernie Sanders here in a second. But he basically says that President Donald Trump says that he is in support, the president is in support of anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000 stimulus checks. Senator Josh Hawley and Bernie Sanders have officially released an amendment. As you can see here, it's pages and pages and pages of an amendment, which actually has $1,200 stimulus checks in there and $500 checks for children. In their press release, they say it would be a dereliction of duty if Congress adjourns for Christmas without having a vote on providing working families with direct payments. Working people are struggling, and they should be the first people given relief, not the last people. The crisis of rising unemployment claims, ever-expanding food lines, evictions, and growing credit card debt has been staring us in the face for months. It's time we do something about it and provide emergency relief to Americans. Let me show you what Senator Hawley and Senator Bernie Sanders said on the Senate floor today.
The senator from Vermont.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, it is no great secret that the American people understand how far removed the United States Congress is, and both political parties are, from their needs. They do polls out there, depending on the month, and Congress gets a 10% approval rating. On a good day, maybe a 20% approval rating. People understand that to a shameful degree, what Congress does is worry about the needs of wealthy campaign contributors, both political parties, and turns their backs on the needs of working people. A few months ago, Burlington, Vermont, not far from where I live, they shut down a road so that people could line up in their cars to get emergency food distributed by the Vermont National Guard. Hundreds and hundreds of people in Burlington, and true all over the state of Vermont. And by the way, Vermont probably is in better shape than most states in this country. We have more hunger in America today than at any time in the modern history of this country. This pandemic has been a disaster, not only from a public health perspective, but from an economic perspective. And economists tell us that working families today are in worse shape right now than any time since the Great Depression. And it's not just that children in America, the richest country on earth, are going hungry. It's you have millions and millions of families who are scared to death that they're going to be evicted from their homes, and join the 500,000 people in America who are already homeless. We have half of our population working day to day, living paycheck to paycheck, trying to survive. This Congress must address the economic emergency facing the American people. We cannot go back to our families during the Christmas holidays while tens of millions of families are suffering. They are looking toward us and their government to provide the emergency assistance that they need. Yesterday, Senator Hawley and I introduced a very simple amendment, not a radical idea. In fact, we're way, way behind what other countries around the world are doing to protect their workers. All that we want to do is to once again provide the same benefits that were provided in the CARES bill that unanimously, Democrats, Republicans, President Trump signed it, supported it. We all came together in March to say that every working class adult in this country would get $1,200 and their kids would get $500.
So just real quick, I want to touch on that. Yes, I would assume that people on Social Security, SSDI, railroad benefits, everybody who qualified for the first stimulus check would receive this stimulus check. What we've heard from them so far is they're probably going to use the same qualifications as the last time. The two things that might be up in the air is just expanding it to more people would be the dependent part is if you're an adult dependent, whether or not you would receive a check, because we've seen a lot of support for that in the past. And if child support payments will go to the person who owes the child support this time, that could happen also. Those could be the two changes in that, but we do not know those details yet.
Husband and wife and 2 kids, that's $3,400. Maybe they could use that money to pay a couple of months' rent, buy some food, go to the doctor. We're looking at a horrible pandemic now, and you got 90 million people who are uninsured or underinsured. That's all we are asking, is to do what we unanimously did in March, to make sure that our unemployed workers get the benefits they need, to make sure that working families get that $1,200 check per person. Now, Mr. President, I've been here for a while. I am not one of the members of the Senate who shuts down, does this and does that, and keeps people here for weekends. I don't do that. But this I want to say right now. I am prepared to withdraw my objection at this moment. But I will not be prepared to withdraw an objection next week. We will deal with the financial crisis facing tens of millions of Americans. And if I have anything to say about it, and I guess I do, we're not going to go home for the Christmas holidays unless we make sure that we provide for the millions of families in this country who are suffering. And with that, I would yield to Senator Hawley.
Man, strong words from Senator Bernie Sanders. I know a lot of Republican people don't like him sometimes because he leans too far left. But man, you let me know your thoughts in there, because I agree with everything he says, and I don't lean left or right. I just listen to what people say and kind of go from there. But I can't not agree with the guy. Let's hear again. He's a Democrat. Let's hear now from Republican Senator Josh Hawley.
The senator from Missouri.
Reserving the right to object, Mr. President. This is a very simple thing that we're talking about, and I can boil it down really easily. If the Senate of the United States can find hundreds of billions of dollars to give to big government and big business, surely it can find some relief for working families and working individuals. And I would just submit to you that it is working families and working people who should be first in line for COVID relief, not last. And that is why the amendment that Senator Sanders and I have proposed is so common sense. $1,200 for individuals, $2,400 for families, $500 for every child. And as Senator Sanders rightly says, every member of this body has voted yes in favor of this relief before. What's more, I can't figure out who exactly is opposed to it. The President of the United States has said that he is in favor of direct assistance. I thank the Majority Leader for his own support for direct assistance. The Speaker of the House has said that she is in favor of direct assistance, and that is why there is no reason why this body should leave next week before we vote on and approve direct assistance to working families. Now, let me just say one other thing. Let me tell you about a phone call I had with a friend of mine at home when this Congress approved direct assistance back in March. He texted me and then he called me and he said, I'm seeing this news about relief that we're gonna maybe get a check. He said, is that real? And I said, yeah, that's real. And he said, well, I don't know. I'm worried about taking it. I mean, what if we spend the money? I mean, we could use the money, but what if we spend it? I can't pay it back. You know, it comes back and now I got to pay it back. And I said, you don't have to pay it back. It's relief because you need it, because you're a worker. This is a guy who works in concrete. That's his business. And he said, are you serious now? You're serious that we can keep this money? I can use this for my family? And I said, that's exactly what it's for. And his comment to me was, his words were, man, this is a godsend. There are families like that, not just all over Missouri, not just all over Vermont, but all over this nation. And they are in need today like they were in need in March. And it is incumbent upon this body to act. And we should not leave until we do act. So having reserved the right to object, Mr. President, today I do not object, and I yield the floor.
Mr. President, I withdraw my objection.
Is there objection to proceeding to the measure? Without objection. Majority Leader.
I ask unanimous consent the bill be considered read a third time.
Is there objection? Without objection.
I know of no further debate on the bill.
If there's no further debate, the question is on passage of the bill. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
So I will keep you updated with this breaking information regarding this bill for $1,200 stimulus checks. Make sure you're subscribed down below. It's completely free to do so with the bell icon to all notifications so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. New videos coming out at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to share this video also so others like you will know about these stimulus updates. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA from home. I have dozens of students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.